Yo, 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 what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to another edition of Mike on Sports. Y'all know we live at 5, trying to get lit at 6. We coming live and direct, so I need all the respect. I go by the name of Mike Gross, man. Big ups to that 501 and that 317, man. Little Rock, Indianapolis, man. We are in the building. And I'm back with another one, man. You know, I'm back with some more of that boxing talk, man. We got some topics and things to discuss today that I think are very interesting, and I feel like they deserve a conversation. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and begin, man. We got the guy known as Eddie Hearn. He made the news today. I'm gonna tell you one thing about Eddie Hearn, man. Real quick, man. I do apologize, man. Don't forget, if you're listening right now on YouTube, smash that thumbs up button. Smash that thumbs up button. If you want to follow me on IG or Twitter, you can do so by right here. Without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get into it. Eddie Hearn came out today or yesterday on his IG live, and you know what I'm saying he thinks that Wilder and Fury should be kind of on the back burner. You know what I'm saying? He feels like AJ and Tyson Fury may have a way to possibly get in a match this year. He feels like if AJ is only going to fight one time, it's going to be up to Bob Arum and Al Heyman, which Bob Arum controls, you know what I'm saying, Kubert Pulev, the mandatory for AJ. And he also controls like Tyson Fury, but he doesn't control Deontay Wilder. So that's where Al Heyman come in. And the question is, should Deontay Wilder take step aside money? Should Deontay Wilder take step aside money so that AJ and Fury can get it on? And y'all know, if you know me, y'all know how I feel about this situation right here. I don't think Wilder will ever, in his mind, you know what I'm saying, decide to take step aside money. If he does, he gonna need a lot of bread. I'm talking about he gonna need that black youngster. He gonna need about 7, 8 times what Black Youngster got right there. You feel me? He gonna need that money. You get money calling me. You want to take step aside? I need about 10 million. You know what I'm saying? That's what kind of step aside money I need. But I don't think Deontay Wilder is a guy that's going to take step aside money. But let's get to the article that I'm talking about. Article comes from Boxing Scene, but I want to give the proper credit. You know what I'm saying? So I'll make sure that I give his name was Boxing Clever. So it didn't come from him. Eddie Hearn told this to Sky Sports. So the source is Sky Sports. That's where the original quote came from. And Boxing Scene just wrote an article about it. Let's see. Eddie Hearn, promoter. Let me see if I got this right. Let me hide that. Put that on the screen. No, we're gonna remove that. Why is it looking like that? There we go. We're gonna remove this right here for the background. Make that look solid right quick, man. I'm getting used to a StreamYard, so y'all bear with me. This is what we got right here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and make it the whole screen. Go ahead and share it for y'all. Let's see. Eddie Hearn, promoter of IBF, WBA, WBO, IBO heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua, would still love to finalize a deal for a unification with WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury for the fall. Hearn had targeted that contest for a month of December, but the plan was seriously affected by the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. We all know, you know what I'm saying, that the virus has shut down all sports. Joshua is slated to face his mandatory challenger, Kubert Pulev, on June 20th. The fight is likely getting pushed back to July 25th or even later. Fury was heading to a trilogy fight with Deontay Wilder for July 18th. That fight now has been postponed until October. If Joshua goes forward with Pulev in July, Hearn says a Fury fight is still possible for a fall date, but that can only be possible if Wilder take a step aside deal. Like I told y'all, man, if he talking about step aside money, he gonna need to bring that bag. He gonna need to bring that bag. Black Johnson, he gonna need the bag. It's gonna have to be some life changing step aside money because I just don't think that Deontay Wilder would even consider it. But let's get to the quotes. We got June 20 as a pencil date for Anthony Joshua. We will make a statement potentially this week or maybe early next week. That's likely to be delayed. I think that's pretty straightforward and obvious. Hopefully until the end of July, Hearn told Sky Sports. But if it starts kicking on beyond that, then you get to a situation where if Joshua is only going to box once this year, he would very much like that to be against Tyson Fury. The situation is a bit out of our hands in that. If Bob Arum and Al Heyman can talk and make Deontay Wilder wait a little bit, we would absolutely love to go into that fight next. So he wants Bob Arum and Al Heyman to possibly get in Deontay Wilder's ear, tell him I don't know what Al is going to tell him because I know Deontay and I just don't see him, you know what I'm saying, being the kind of guy that's going to take step aside money when he was such a proud WBC champion. But the story's out there, you know what I'm saying? The thought, the possibility is out there. And Eddie Hearn doing what he does best, man. I'm telling you, this guy is very, very good. I'm telling you, Eddie Hearn is out here sneaking around. He's sneaking around. He's tiptoeing, trying to make some rumblings, trying to make some news during this coronavirus pandemic. He's out here just tiptoeing. He's looking. He's trying to make the media influence Deontay Wilder and possibly influence his decision making with this kind of story. Very, very, very good media savviness from Eddie Hearn. But like I said, I think this will fall on deaf ears. But let's go ahead and get back to the quotes. I think a lot of it depends on Deontay Wilder. If he's willing to take that step aside money, that's a conversation to be had with Bob Brown and Al Heyman to see if that's even possible. If it was possible and there was a way to make Kubrat Pulev wait, which I think is a probably easier job than for sure, I think Anthony Joshua would be extremely interested in moving straight into the Tyson Fury fight. I think in an ideal world, we have that fight next. And it's always been the case. But if we can fight Kubrat Pulev in July, we'd love to fight Tyson Fury in November, December at the same time. I think there is so much uncertainty at this moment. This is kind of a situation that might make people say, I think now is the time. So he said when everything going on and everybody having to call out shows and promoters and boxers not making no money, this possibly could be the time that people look and say, hey, let's make a big fight. Let's go ahead and get all the money that we could possibly recuperate from all the lost revenue this year. And that's an option. That's an option, and that's a perspective that promoters will probably like and probably, you know what I'm saying, love to do. But I don't think that Deontay Wilder is going to be aboard that ship. I think that ship is going to leave the dock without Deontay Wilder. I think he is the main component in all of this. Like Eddie said, I think it'll be way easier to make a Kubrat Pulev take step aside money than it would to make a Deontay Wilder take step aside money. I just don't know if Deontay will even consider it. You know what I'm saying? I think he's just going to fall on deaf ears. I think he's looking forward to this Tyson Fury rematch. He's been very quiet, very, very, very quiet in the media. So there's not a lot we can say or we can even speculate about what Deontay is thinking or doing right now. So I'm of the mindset that if I'm not hearing anything from you, then you're focused on the task at hand and you know what needs to be done. And I just don't feel like Deontay is going to be is going to allow it to get even that far. And I don't know about step aside money right now. But let's go ahead and get on to the next topic, man. You know what I'm saying? We got Eddie Hearn being sneaky, but look, hey man, he doing what he can do for his fighter. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to the zone for this graphic right here. It's Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua in a potential matchup. You know what I'm saying? I like the outlook. I like the graphic. I just like how they put it together. You know what I'm saying? It's a very, very cool graphic, but that might be a fight that we may not see to 2021 or possibly even beyond that. Because I think this year both guys are going to be fighting other people, and we already know that Tyson Fury is locked in with that rematch clause with Deontay Wilder. Don't know if Anthony Joshua is going to be fighting in the fall. We don't know how long this pandemic is going to last, but I would say that the graphic is pretty cool. Let's see what we got on the docket next, man. Let's see. Don't forget. Do not forget. Yeah, do not forget. You got a little Obama. Don't forget, if you listen right now on YouTube, man, smash that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. Lets everybody know what we're doing over here at Mike on Sports, and it really helps the brand grow, man. It's not only me, you know what I'm saying. I have a lot of people out there helping me, you know what I'm saying. Big ups to Fighter IQ, big ups to all the guys in my group chat, big ups to EJ Boxing Live, just big ups to everybody out there who's been helping me, man. I really do appreciate it. But now, man, let's go ahead and get into this right here. This was a story that I found surprising, man. You see the title. Jarrell Miller says tests were a misunderstanding. Misunderstanding. Had to throw that Obama up there right quick. A misunderstanding. But look, let's get to the quotes. Let's see what the man has to say before we hold him to the fire. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna put him on that cross just yet. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna hold his feet to the fire just yet. Let's see what this man has to say, because I was utterly shocked when I read this headline. Jarrell, the title of the thing is Jarrell Miller says tests were misunderstanding. Checks Wilder, Ward, White, Bellew, and Horn. This all comes from bonuscodebets.co.uk. These are where the original quotes are coming from. So big ups to bonuscodebets.co.uk for the interview. And big ups to Boxing Clever from Boxing Scene for the article. So let's start it. Heavyweight contender Jarrell Miller is claiming that positive drug tests from 2019 were nothing more than a misunderstanding. A misunderstanding. Hey man, I'm just saying. We ain't gonna hold his feet to the fire yet, y'all. Let's see what he gotta say. Hold your horses now. Hold your horses. I know y'all out there like, Mike, man, you better get on his ass, but hold on. Let's see what he gotta say, man, before we hold his feet to the fire. Let's see what this man has to say for himself. I'm you know, y'all know me, man. Y'all know me. Last year, Miller was scheduled to fight IBF, WBA, WBO champion Anthony Joshua at Madison Square Garden in New York, and we all know how that went. Miller was replaced by Andy Ruiz on short notice, who pulled off one of the biggest upsets in heavyweight history when he was able to drop Joshua 4 times and secure a 7-round stoppage. But back to Jarrell Miller. Miller's drug tests, which were administered by VADA, the Voluntary Anti-Doping Agency, came up positive for a GW 50, 15, 16, EPO. EPO. Just look up EPO if you don't know what it is. and HGH. That's what he got caught with. He got caught with 3 of them. 3 of them. But the drug test was a misunderstanding. He got caught with 3 of them. Not one. One, you know what I'm saying? Always a mistake. I ate bad meat. Or I got the wrong supplements. Not one, not two, not 2 now. 3. Trifecta, Steph Curry, long range, Klay Thompson, Reggie Miller, Ray Allen. He got caught with 3 of them. But hey, I digress, man. Let's get back to the article. We said we weren't going to hold his feet to the fire until we heard what he got to say. Let's see. Hard work, and this is coming from Jarrell Miller. Hard work is the number one. There is no shortcuts, but sometimes you're going to get lazy and you don't do your homework. And that's when it's going to cost you, like it did for me. You got to ask a ton of questions. Be careful who you surround yourself with and who you deal with. Be 100% genuine and honest with yourself and with your mistakes to get better and to be better, Miller explained. Okay. And right there was a whole lot of words, but nothing really being said. He's saying you got to do your homework. Well, what the fuck homework are you doing? You trying to do homework on how to beat a drug test? Like what kind of homework you doing? Are you talking about watching film on AJ? What homework didn't you do that cost you? Sorry for the long dramatic pause. I just wanted that to breathe for a second. What homework were you doing that cost you? And of course, you got to ask a ton of questions when a guy pops dirty. Like that's you know what I'm saying? That's coming. That's a far gone conclusion. Be careful who you surround yourself with. Who fault is it that you surround yourself, I guess, with bad guys that influenced you? You gotta look in the mirror, man. Like Michael Jackson said, the man in the mirror. Let's get on to some more quotes. You need to know when to move on from certain situations to the next, and always putting yourself in a position, in a positive frame of mind, because negativity only draws negativity. And the more you are around negative people and negative energy, the more you're going to be brought down. Again, man, what's up with all the goddamn analogies and all the little cliches and sayings, man? You're not telling me nothing. You ain't telling me nothing. The first 2 paragraphs here, I could have done without. I ain't heard nothing about how the drug tests were a misunderstanding. Nothing. How, Sway? Back to the quotes. We were going to train all the way from January to June to get ready for AJ. But I was dealing with a reoccurring issue with my elbow. Now we got injuries. I was dealing with Vita and going to see their specialists and doctors. I was seeing 2 different specialists and a psychiatrist that Vita wanted me to see to make sure whatever I was taking was a part of the protocol. Okay. Miller stated that his pursuit to deal with an old injury was a direct cause of the positive test because he came up positive in the aftermath of receiving a stem cell shot. Now we're putting it on stem cells. Okay, so you receive a stem cell shot that had HGH, which is understandable with stem cells. EPO, I'm not quite sure EPO, you know what I'm saying? I'm not with the other CW50, whatever, fuck, what are the numbers and shit. I don't know about that, but I do know that HGH and stem cell, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of go hand in hand. But I'm not sure why you're receiving a shot like that if you know if it has that in it. Do you think that you were going to be passed by the doctor? Was it not in Vita's protocol? Like that falls on you, big dog. Like you got to do your homework. Maybe that's what he was talking about, not doing his homework, not knowing what's in a stem cell shot. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. It was an injury I had for a long time. I just wanted to be 100% for the fight, 100% healthy. So we looked at alternatives to get things done, and one thing led to another. One thing led to another. That sounds like some shit you see on 48 hours when a nigga telling on his partner, man, we ain't mean to go in there, man, kick down the door. We just wanted the money and the weed. We ain't mean to shoot nobody. One thing led to another. Get the fuck out of here, man. But look, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's do it. I was seen by the doctors, and by the time I got signed off to do certain things towards the injury, I took a stem cell shot, which is known to have healing properties that are very strong. And that's when we had a positive test of those components. So you didn't wait till the doctors gave you the green light. You didn't wait. You went on and did things on your own. Who signed you off? You didn't say about a doctor signed you off. Did a fucking bodybuilder doctor sign you off? Who signed you off for that? That's what I want to know. Who signed off for that test, for that stem cell, and say, "Hey, man, you good? You in by the protocol?" Because if you didn't go that route, if you didn't make sure that stem cell shot was clear with Vada, guess who the blame falls on, young man? It's like it comes back around to you. You. That's who the damn blame lies on. Anyway, let's go. Got some more quotes from him. I begged for a third test. After the drug compounds that came out a week before, I was a clean guy. That's when I came out and said that this is where I got it from. And it was a big misunderstanding. But people on my team will understand that. But when you don't have a conversation with someone and then go straight to the camera like what Eddie did, it's bad. It makes the fighter look bad. Oh, you mad at Eddie because Eddie came out and said what was going on? Eddie got a job to do, brother. If Vada come to Eddie and tell Eddie, man, hey, Eddie, man, your boy who's going to fight Joshua, you know what I'm saying? His shit came back hot. It came back a little fiery over here. We can't sign him off to fight Joshua. What Eddie supposed to do? Wait around for a week? He only got 6 weeks to the fight, 5 weeks to the fight. You got to get somebody, and that takes time. And Eddie's a person that does interviews all the time. So when it breaks in the media, which it did before Eddie said anything, it broke in the media. He's going to be asked about it. You think when he get on Sky Sports, he's not going to be asked about it? Sky Sports probably called him the night of. Eddie, man, we need you on in the morning to tell us what's going on. So we can't point the finger at Eddie for doing his job. That's all I'm saying, man. You can't point the finger at Eddie for doing his goddamn job. Simple as that, man. Let's get to it. I was heartbroken. When I first got that information, I called Vada. I called the doctors and said, listen, this is what is going on. They could tell you I was open throughout camp with what I was doing. All of my supplements, and even they were kind of shocked because I was so vocal on doing the right thing. But that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. It was a learning experience, and it taught me a lot about myself, that the people that I have around me. So you telling me you was working with Vada that whole time? You was working with Vada that whole time. And a man is coming towards you with a needle in his finger to poke in your elbow, as you say. For a big fight, it never crossed your mind to tell them before he poked you and let them know what's going on. You told him after, you said you was open after to let them know what was going on. So it never came to your mind or to your sister like, man, let me tell these guys now. I don't want to wait because I don't want to put nothing in jeopardy. If you're so open, if you're so open about everything that's going on, why didn't you disclose that? Here we go. Now he got some things to say about some boxers and fighters. Like he went on a tangent. He went on a tangent. So we gonna sit down. We're gonna chop it up with Jarrell Miller today, y'all. Don't forget, man, smash that thumbs up button, man. Let me go ahead and give y'all a quick reminder, man. Smash that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. Go one step farther, you know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and show y'all what's going on. Bam. Take me off. All right, y'all know what it is. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this then. Your boy, let me put your boy back on the screen because we're gonna give him his proper credit. We're gonna give him his proper credit today. He got stories to make. He got stories to make, you know what I'm saying? Get on that king shit. We're on that king shit right now. Y'all see what it is. All right, back to this story, man. Back to this story. He comes out and he starts to go at Deontay Wilder. He says there are certain athletes in the boxing game that use my name. If they can't say it to my face, I know you a punk. 99.9% of the people you see in the boxing world would never look my way and say something to my face. That's the kind of characters they are, Miller said. A lot of fighters were talking junk. Andre Ward, Billy Joe Saunders, Tony Bellew, Deontay Wilder, and Eddie Hearn. A lot of fighters were running their mouth who didn't know shit about this situation. Deontay was running his mouth and his brother got popped for something. Like I said before, I wouldn't jump to conclusions and you got to do your homework. Deontay's brother, Marcellus, got exonerated. An article came out, you know what I'm saying? He posted it on his IG, you know what I'm saying, letting the world know that he was a clean fighter. You know what I'm saying? So that little situation with Marcellus was rectified. I'm just giving y'all the information. When Dylan White got in trouble, oh man, he bring it up when other dudes got in trouble now, man. This guy right here, boy, he trying to throw Dylan White in there. Oh man, when Dylan White got in trouble, I said don't jump to conclusions. You got to do your homework. 99% of fighters are talking straight bullshit, and they have no structure in what they're saying. I am number 2 in the world. The only reason I'm not number 1 is because I don't have no belt. You the number 2 heavyweight in the world. You the number 2 heavy. You number 2. Who put you there? Who put him in number 2? Obama. You put him in number 2, Obama? I ain't think so. But you number 2 though. All right. Well, look here. Sometimes you gotta feel how you gotta feel about yourself. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you're number 2 in the world. Damn it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Like Deontay say. I know I am a better fighter than all of these guys. I am better than AJ. I am better than Tyson. I am better than Deontay. I only call myself number 2 because I don't have a belt. I am going to be world champion. I always try to be someone who I look up to. But what I've learned is if you understand where the bad guy is coming from, that's when you understand life, because nobody on top of their game is really the good guy. They may look like a model citizen, but there's always something going on. Where I come from, 80% of the time, the villains always win. Because when you do everything by the book, you leave your hands tied. You have to be that person who sees outside the box. That little quote right there told me a lot about Jarrell Miller. 80% of the time where I'm from, the villain wins. Because when you do everything by the book, you leave your hands tied. So what you saying, like what I'm interpreting in, The reason why you took that shot, you ain't want to do things about a book. You thought you can get over on the system. That's what I'm interpreting those saying from the thing, because the villains win where you from. You know what I'm saying? Evil outweighs good. In Brownsville, like, hey, that's not a tough, easy place to grow up at. So I see what he's saying. You have to be the person who sees outside the box. If multimillionaires played by all the rules, they wouldn't be where they're at. So with some of these promoters like Eddie Hearn, they say these crazy, outrageous things. They don't play by the rules all the time. That's a fact. I gotta agree. Eddie Hearn, you know what I'm saying? One of my biggest gripes with Eddie Hearn was the way he handled the Dylan White and Oscar Rivas thing. I didn't like it. I didn't think it was handled right. I really didn't think that him not telling Rivas' team was good. So I gotta agree with him with that last part. But for the whole, I really didn't learn anything new besides him getting the shot and him talking to the Vada doctors, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't talk to the Vada doctors about that shot. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But look, we're going to get to this next Jarrell Miller article because he wasn't done. Jarrell Miller was not done, people. He had to load that gun up and, you know what I'm saying, come bang, bang. Bang, bang. He coming at your boy. At your boy, Eddie. Yo, Eddie. Jarrell got something to say to you, man. Let's go ahead and let the people know what Jarrell got to say. This right here, boy. You talking about, I thought it was supposed to be a slow day in the news cycle. I thought it was supposed to be a slow day in the news cycle. No, sir. No, sir. There's not no slow day at all. Let me see. Who is this coming from? Oh, it's coming from the same people. bonuscodebets.co.uk. The quotes are coming from bonuscodebets.co.uk, and the article is written by Boxing Clever, which is like an alias, you know what I'm saying? Because he just writing the article. He wasn't the one who conducted the interview. Let's see. We all know Miller was replaced by Andy Ruiz on short notice. Eddie Hearn was furious with Miller, explaining to media members that he was personally contacted by Miller, who claimed that he never used any banned substances. But Miller drug tests, which were administered by Vada, came up positive for GW501516, EPO, and HGH. All right, so there we go. We know what he did. We are from the last article. I get to these quotes, you know what I'm saying, where he's talking about Eddie. You have people that have a bigger following than me that are going on to put their personal story first. And that's what Eddie Hearn did with Matchroom. He was under fire from the zone for it. So I was their scapegoat. He was a scapegoat, man. You made yourself, you were liable in the situation. Like, you wasn't a scapegoat, but you brought that on yourself. Like, it wasn't like Eddie made, you know what I'm saying, told you to take that shit. Like, you brought that on yourself, but I digress. Any big business or corporation always find a scapegoat. So why not blame it on the big black brash American? Make him look like the bad guy. And meanwhile, Eddie can run for the clear. I keep things cordial with Eddie because of the zone. People from the zone were messaging me and say, keep your head up and stay positive. We love to see you again. And then for Eddie to say the total opposite, it's mixed messages. What Eddie put on camera, he would never say to my face. Really? Oh shit. Damn. Wow. Never said to your face. I feel you. Look, man. At the end of the day, man, like I said last 5-10 minutes ago, man, Eddie runs a business. He's in charge of his business, and he got to do what's good, what's best for his business, man. He can't think about the feelings of a guy that possibly is about to cost him a date at Madison Square Garden. Like, what if this would have happened a week out or 2 weeks out or something like that? Like, can't get mad at Eddie, man. You got to stand up and you got to take ownership for like what you done. Mauricio Suleiman was in the news. He was talking about how the sanctioning bodies need to come together and how he feels about the possibility of transgenders in boxing. I know, right? Uh that's a touchy topic right there. But look, man, we gonna get into it like we ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? We gonna speak the truth. We don't disrespect nobody, and we gonna keep it all the way 100. You know what I'm saying? We coming from Mauricio Suleiman. Let's see. Let's start with the first topic, man. First topic. I mean, let's go ahead and get right into it. Ain't no reason why we should, you know what I'm saying, tiptoe around it. I got the audio. Matter of fact, I got the audio. So sit back, relax, and listen to this audio, y'all. Let's see what he got to say.
The WBC will never allow 3-minute rounds or 12-round fights until it is medically proven that it's safe to do so. UCLA is going right now in the design of a new research specifically for women. Transgender is not accepted because.
Now, look, I'm not a big fan of the women doing too many rounds. I think the women have just as much as ability, if not more, in some cases than the men. I feel like they should be going 12 rounds, 3 minutes. They shouldn't be going 10 rounds, 2 minutes. I feel like that is that's not a good look for boxing because that's essentially telling people that the women can't do what the men can do. And I gotta disagree with that. I would say that the men and women should be on an equal playing field when it comes to the length of the fight and the length of the round in the fight. It was time in the fight where Commissioner Shields could have stopped Hammer if she was able to get those 3 minutes. And maybe we seen it in the fight with what's that girl name from New York, man. She got the red lipstick. She wear it all the time. Damn, Dynamite, Dolomite, well, Alicia Napoleon and Costaru. I mean, from Sweden. I know I'm getting the name all messed up, but if she would have had 3 minute rounds, she could have possibly stopped Alicia Napoleon. So I'm not a big fan of the WBC saying no to 3 minute rounds. And I'm not a big fan of the WBC saying no to 12 rounds for women. You know what I'm saying? I think that these women deserve a equal opportunity to display their talents when it comes to that. But let's get to the second part where it is getting really, really, really spicy.
Accepted because there's difference between a man and a woman. That's what I was just explaining. The WBC does not accept transgender boxing. There's only male and female. There's no in between. Thank you for the clarification. And people, they say it has to be the same. So you mean we have to do pregnancy test to men as well? I mean, it's a really big difference.
Now look, I don't know about that last part about the pregnancy test for men. I don't know what the hell he meant by that. I don't know at all. So we ain't gonna get to that. But look, I somewhat agree with Mauricio Suleiman, and I say somewhat because if you create a transgender league for boxing where people who are transitioning from male to female or female to male can like the male to female can be in one group and the female to male can be in another group. But I'm with him when he says you can't just put them, you know, like you can't put a female going to a male and let her box guys now, because I feel like at the end of the day, she is going what he is going to be at a disadvantage because he hasn't had the years of being a man. You know what I'm saying? Like a guy who's been boxing since he was a little boy and he's 30 years old now. He can do some serious damage to somebody who's transitioning over, and vice versa. Like, I do not want to see a man who has transitioned to being a female, who is a female now, taking on other female boxers. I do not think it's right. I think a person who was born a man has the body structure advantage. You know what I'm saying? We like men's bones are denser or whatever, stronger or whatever the hell. Like the frames are stronger, like not fragile. I don't want to say women are fragile, but you know what I'm saying, not as petite and thin as women. So if you're a man transitioning to being a woman and you take on women in the sport of boxing, that's going to lead to a lot of injuries and a lot of people raising their eyebrows. Like we see it all the time in high school sports where there are boys who transition to being girls and they compete and they are absolutely out here killing people, out here killing. So I'm not a big fan of that. You know what I'm saying? But if there was a way to have women who are transitioning to male to compete and females who would transition in males to compete in their own, I think that would be good for yeah, I think it would be good for the sport and also helps the sport grow. You know what I'm saying? The LGBTQ community gets behind their people. You know what I'm saying? Gets behind their that they just support their people. So if the WBC could do that, then I would be all, you know what I'm saying, all on board, all down for it. But I'm not a big fan of letting, you know what I'm saying, like I said earlier, people compete and when they have a distinct advantage or have a distinct disadvantage. You know what I'm saying? And let's move on. Let's talk about what Mauricio said about the sanctioning bodies need to come together. Sanctioning bodies need to come together and work together to get things done in a more timely fashion. Let's see what we got. Let me see. Can I find the there you go. Yeah, he's saying, let's work together, baby. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying, baby. Let's do some work together. That's what he want. What do you want? You know what I'm saying? Here's the quote right here, though. Take this off the screen right quick. Coming from Michael Benson, and the actual quote is coming from the Athletic Box. Mauricio was on this live for an hour taking question and answers from the Athletic Box. The WBC president, Mauricio Suleiman, has reiterated his call for all four major governing bodies, WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO, to cooperate on unification tournaments, which will crown one undisputed champion of a division. I absolutely love that concept and love that thought. I think that is definitely what needs to happen. But I think when you're living in this place called what is it called? This place called this place called reality is not going to happen, man. And the reason I say that is because these sanctioned bodies can make so much more money and not have to split it four ways by just putting on their own events, putting on their own tournaments, putting on their own championship fights. And that's why we have Fort belts, because people couldn't work together in the beginning. IBO came around, WBO came around, WBA came around, WBC came around, and all these guys have been doing their own thing for years now. So for me to think that these guys can possibly come together now, it sounds good. Sounds damn good. I'm talking about it sounds like music to my ears. Play that funky music, white boy. It sound like music to my ears. But do I think it's gonna happen? Dude, Mike, do you think that shit is gonna happen? Huh? Huh? Fuck out of here, man. I don't think it's gonna happen, bro. I don't think it's gonna happen. It is too much money to be made by these other sanctioned bodies not working together than it possibly is working together. That's all I'm saying. But In a perfect world, does that sound great? Does that sound good, man? It sounds fantastic. It sounds like music to my ears. Like yeah, make the tournaments, make one undisputed, make all that, make all that for us. Let us see that. But will it happen? Is it realistic? Is it? Nah, I don't know if it's realistic or not, man. I really don't know, man. I know in this time people are urging. People are like, yeah, man, we need to do this. We need to come together. But when this thing starts to clear up, it's gonna be business as usual. You go my way. You go your way. I go my way. You do your thing. I do my thing. And that's all I'm saying, man. It sounds damn good from Mauricio Suleiman, but I don't know if these sanctioned bodies are going to be able to pull that off to have one undisputed champion in every division, because that's a lot of mandatories every year. That's a lot of different things got to work out for that to be successful. Like you got promoters that have influence with sanctioned bodies. You have sanctioned bodies that cater to certain promoters. So it's not, in my opinion, it's a great concept. It's a great idea. But at the end of the day, Mike, you asking Mike, right? You asking Mike, Mike, do you think it's gonna happen? I'm gonna be like, nah, man. Nah, Mauricio, man, I ain't got no quarrels with you, but do I just you asking me, you know what I'm saying? You asking me, I'm just don't I'm not thinking that is a possible solution. Real quick, man, let's go down the chat right quick. Let's see what we got. But my phone is dead, so we can't. Those are the three topics that I wanted to bring you guys today, man. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. Helps with the visibility of the show. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. Real. And yeah, man, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go up here, do our thing, and rock out. Until next time, this has been Mike on Sports. Yes, sir.